The Advocate is a very relationship-focused company. We've had clients for the 15 years that we've been around, and one thing that the Insider Summit is really good at doing is fostering new relationships and being able to make connections through the networking that we have in this beautiful setting of Charleston, being able to meet people from different industries. We have a lot of guests that are here that have just recently moved to the Atlanta area or their market, and this is a great way for them to get to meet their peers and to be able to, find out who they need to go to for what, if they have questions. And really, it's just awesome to have so many just diverse individuals that come, and we're excited because we have a lot of their spouses this year as well, which is, again, it comes down to relationships, and that's the focus of Advocate, and we get to highlight that here at the Insider Summit. So every year before the Insider Summit, we want to make sure that we have a lot of engagement and that our guests are being able to really get value out of the panels that we have. So we set it up and we send out a survey around different topics, and we get feedback on, what's going to be relevant to you. And so we take that and come up with different topics that are moderated by an individual, and they have 3 to 4 panelists on it. And what they do is we'll have some questions that are asked, everybody gives feedback, we open it up to the audience, and it's really just a very, involved type of conversation and open forum. And that for our guests is very valuable because they can ask questions, they can hear, what worked, what didn't work, and we get pretty candid in it. The Insider Summit is my favorite event because we get to spend a lot of time with our clients, as well as, it may not be my client, but people that we work with across the U.S. And so it's fun because not only do we have the panels during the day and that thought leadership and insight sharing, but in the evenings we have a lot of social events. So we go to all of the best restaurants in Charleston. We've experienced a lot of really good food, a lot of nice wine and drinks, and then we can go and take that then to, maybe today, for example, we're having a sailing trip to see the harbor. Let people really understand a little bit more about this great city that we're in, but it gives you that opportunity to, in a very informal setting, be able to get to know the other guests here, be able to get to know their spouses, and you get to have just a fun, environment to just socialize and network. And that networking is, it's so impactful because you don't just talk to the people here, you take these connections with you, when you leave the event. We'll have our insider community where you can have conversations. It's interesting, last year we had one of our guests had met someone that had just become a huge customer of theirs, and so they were able to share a lot of very valuable information that, she goes, I never would have got to meet the CIO of this company that's doing a ton of business with us now. And so that social afterwards is where they got to learn about each other's families and what's important to them, and that was just, it's not something that you can get in a typical networking event.